as the Warriors take on the Blazers. Been a good road year. It's
Milwaukee game, the crazy fourth quarter, then turning around. And
along with Podziemski, Moses Moody, Jimmy Butler, and Draymond Green. Same group that's been starting and playing so well. And Draymond an early three, and that's what we talked about is there Moody comes up with a rebound. There are guys not named Steph Curry that are missing a lot of threes. Podziemski cleans it up with a layup.
So you can win the offensive rebounding battle too. They're 29th in defensive rebounding percentage. See if you can get Clingan out of the paint. That'd be nice.
Delano Banton with Matisse Thybulle. This is Keegan Murray's brother Chris Murray inside. And he went up and down in a jump ball. Toumani Camara, who was the defensive player of the month before Draymond won it last month. So he will be dealing with Steph most of the ball game. Matisse Thybulle also an excellent defender. Portland has 14 more wins this year than a year ago. And Jimmy Butler saved the turnover. Draymond another three. And the Blazers are going to be content, like the Spurs were, to dare the ancillary Warriors to shoot from outside.
Well, especially Clingan. He doesn't want to get all the way out there as Draymond gets the defensive rebound.
That's where Quentin Post coming back, GP2 coming back, should aid the Warriors. But the Blazers defense is no joke. I mean, since the All-Star break, they've been top 10 defensively.
They've been sixth since then, and then forcing turnovers since then. They've been second.
And Podziemski had that three blocked by Thybulle. So the Warriors didn't want to start with 4 of their first 5 shots on 3. And Clingan banking in a deep 2.
Okay, so be a 3 as the Warriors almost turn it over here.
Moody getting on the deck, but he's going to get tied up, you would think, except Butler threw it away.
I told you, they force turnovers. This is what they want to do.
Murray down the lane. Clingan's got a dunk.
Hey, they've started fast here. But again, the Blazers are 26 when it comes to three-point shooting percentage, and you already see them knocking down one kind of. It was a long 2.
Podziemski into Moody. Moses has nowhere to go in the lane, but somehow that skip pass getting to Butler. Shot clock at 5. And Podziemski from deep. And this is a continuation of the other night. The Warriors are launching threes with not a lot of success. Delano Banton. I guess everybody's a point guard tonight without their guards. Moody had the steal. Wow. 7'2", 280. 7th pick in the draft. And Clingan, and he's going to dunk all day.
So there's a ball screen there. You get the switch, and he's able to drive by you. Draymond felt like he had to help, so they pass it to Draymond's man.
This is exactly what Chauncey Billups would want. The Warriors just launching from outside, and Portland pounding him inside. Podziemski curling around and out, but that was a good drive.
That's okay. You can trust your floater. Instead of just shooting threes, get a little closer to the basket.
Clingan made one. He's not going to make them all. He shoots 30% from deep. Steph cutting back door. Beautiful.
Yeah,
Draymond handling it.
Toumani Camara's pretty much top blocking him there. Didn't keep his body in between him and the basket. Doesn't want him to come off and get a 3. Don't fight him if you're Steph. Go back door. He knows.
Let Banton create things. And the Warriors created steal. Butler running with Podziemski. There's that good defender Camara, but very clever delivery.
Smart.
And Jimmy finished.
Brandon Podziemski did the right thing. Give it right back to Jimmy.
Camara, he took 18 shots the other night against Utah. He's normally a 3-and-D guy. Steph missing that deep 3 and Clingan the rebound. So the Warriors are 3 of 4 on 2s, 0 for 6 on 3s. Looking at nowhere to go. Shot clock at 10. Thybulle the skip pass to Camara. Butler right there. Toumani Camara with the right hand up and in. He was the 52nd pick by Phoenix a year ago, 2 years at Dayton, and we love this kid.
And he is a 37% three-point shooter, so Jimmy Butler, awkward closeout. He got all the way out there and was able to drive him.
And Steph denied by Banton. Here's Matisse Thybulle. Always been a good defender. Yeah, but Matisse Thybulle's been a 2-time all-defense selection.
He realizes that's how he gets minutes. That's how he stays on the floor.
And Toumani Camara, he will take guarding Steph as a personal challenge. Kuminga checking in, and JK, that's
from the strong side, and Kuminga didn't expect it, but sometimes if they don't think you're going to kill him with a good draw coming from, so just knowing where everybody is.
Kuminga 1 of 2 from the line. Thibault on the step through and able to score. So Portland's 5 of 10. The Dubs have opened 3 of 11.
Matisse Thybulle has worked on his offensive game. He's 42% from three-point range, so you can't just give him that shot too. So that opens up his driving opportunities.
Moody will tee up a 3, and there's the first one down.
Yeah, Steph was in there kind of fighting with him. A little screen there to help free up Moses Moody.
Mo had been 3 of 13, so it's good to see that go down. Camara missing that 3. Kuminga with the rebound. Jabari Walker's first playing time, and Thibault wreaking havoc. Creating a turnover, and Murray dunking it down.
So you have, is that 2 turnovers now? No, 3 turnovers.
You got to realize with Thibault and Camara out there, your passing better be on point. Kuminga off iron, got his own rebound. Buddy Hield for 3. And then batted to Camara. So not the beginning the Dubs would want, both in style and substance. Camara working on Buddy Hield. Jabari Walker getting inside and flipping it up and in.
Jabari Walker,
the second round, just like Trace Jackson Davis and Quentin Post for the Dubs.
As you would expect, a lot of their points are in the paint.
Moody setting up Buddy Hield. Got Walker on him. He will launch that 3. The Warriors have been miserable from deep. They're sitting there 1 of 9 right now. Chris Murray driving, and Kuminga played him well. Bothered the shot, didn't commit the foul.
Going to get some show and goes here, get something to the rim.
Kuminga's had an intentionality to drive, and the mid-range missing, but Buddy Hield the rebound. Steph Curry in and out, but he's got 3 guys on him. Buddy Hield open 3. Buddy is now 2 away from 200 on the season.
Well, you saw it. Steph had the 3 guys on him. Then you swing it over. The next guy has to step up, and you get the odd man out in the corner, Buddy. Memphis, or Minnesota, losing that Milwaukee game, blowing that one, and turning around and beating Memphis.
So Minaya driving it up and out.
Oh, you jump at the 3-point line. You were lucky they didn't convert as they get a steal now.
GP2 is back. He's got the steal. He tried to throw a lob back to Kuminga. And the Warriors turn it over again.
I mean, Toumani Camara, it's almost like Draymond with those 2-on-1s. You never can concede it.
And Camara coming back 100 miles an hour. He wouldn't shoot it well enough, or Buddy Hield off iron there.
Well, offensively, he wasn't as advanced as he was defensively, so people can't get past that a lot of the time. And he's improving his offensive game now, too.
Justin Minaya out of Providence. Cycle it to Camara. And Looney took it away. Kevon, great D. So GP2 and Kevon Looney with Steph, Kuminga, and Buddy Hield. And Looney right down the lane. Yeah.
Guys, hopefully Steph is okay. We'll keep watching out for him. But the Warriors, since Jimmy Butler, 3rd defensively. Blazers, since All-Star break, 6th. So who finds traction offensively first?
Ben going
top of the league there, somewhere at the top of the league when it comes to drawing charges. He's so good at it.
Quentin Post is back in. It was Jimmy Butler against San Antonio.
I feel like that's one of the through lines of the season. One thing that's keeping them from being maybe fit right now is opponent 3-point shooting. And last game, again, yet another team that's below average when it comes to 3-point shooting percentage, making 18 threes. I think Warriors are hyper alert of that this game.
Well, we mentioned they don't have guards right now, so the Warriors are flying around, trying to get Clingan down low. Draymond and Butler double team him. Thibault out of the corner, and they do bottom their first 3 of the night. 1 of 7 now for the Blazers.
I was going to say so far so good guarding the 3 ball tonight, but yeah, they hit 1.
And Anthony Simon's not playing, and Scoot Henderson not playing, so they don't really have a point guard per se. Jamski will hide behind that Butler screen. Working on the big man Clingan. Showed him the ball. Clingan recovered. Shot clock at 1. Moody's got a launch. And so credit the big.
And be tall.
He is a large man at 7'2", 280. Draymond knocked that away. And Kumaro, Defensive Player of the Month in February. Draymond, Defensive Player of the Month in March. And Podziemski with the mid-range over Clingan this time.
Again, they're trying to involve Clingan as much as possible. He's in drop coverage enough there to give Podziemski some space off of that ball screen.
And Quentin Post can lift him out of the lane with his three-point shooting. Murray Walker trying to post up Draymond Green. Good luck. Dog in the fight. It's the size of the fight and the dog. You want to go on Draymond Green? Good luck.
Good to see Quentin Post back, feeling better.
Moody had a good look at three. Off the post creation, the Warriors are 4 of 15 from deep. Clingan unable to hit there. Steph Curry has a right thumb issue. His return is questionable, we are told. And nice block by Thibault.
Yeah, that recovery speed, just sprinting back. Didn't look like he was going to get that one. He got it.
And Thibault with Draymond and Kamara, man, you've got some great defenders here. Thibault missing that three. Warriors are playing the D, though. They're holding Portland to 37% shooting. Warriors are shooting the same percentage, but have the 7-point lead. Podziemski probing. Dropped it off to Moody. Clingan doesn't leave his feet initially, and Moody had to throw up the baby hook.
They're throwing pump fakes in there, too. All pressure now.
Moody knocking it away in the backcourt. Man recovered, but the shot clock's at 12. Moody knocked it away again. But man, has he grown defensively. Podziemski attacked Clingan, nearly knocked it away. And then mid-range miss. Sidi Sissoko. Now gonna will launch a deep three. Right now, the Warrior defense is controlling things.
You're okay with that shot. 33% from three-point range for Ben.
Jimmy Butler inside, and he will go to the line.
Well, that's what you need.
Hey.
And by the way, the Warriors have forced the 5 turnovers. Even with their normal crew out there, the Blazers are 29th in turnover percentage. So without a point guard, force more.
Duop Reith, who can actually hit from the outside. The big man launches right on cue. Warriors, these long shots are yielding long rebounds. Kumaro unable to finish there as Quentin Post was big inside.
Just trying to extend this lead out as much as possible in this quarter.
Moody. Love Moses to start to find that stroke a little bit. 1 of 7 the other night. Sissoko putting it up and out. Grabbing his own rebound. And
really all season, he's always getting back. That is annoying.
That's the thing with the thumb injury. You keep getting hit all the time, or different things happen. It just never goes away, and probably won't until the offseason.
It's his right hand, too, so just watch the three-point shooting or the shooting in general for him.
Quentin Post missing his 3. The Warriors 4 of 17.
Discontinued.
To whether out of the 75 who becomes a playoff official, which is the highest honor for them. And Quentin Post dropping in a 3. Now that graphic still cracks me up. The most threes by a Warrior rookie through 41 games. Post has more than Steph did as a rookie. The game has changed a little bit. Banton missing there. Curry going to track it down.
They keep trying to attack Draymond. What are they going to learn?
That's all right. He's just padding his Defensive Player of the Year numbers. It's Evan Mobley or Draymond Green, and the votes will be going in. Nice block by Banton. The trailing Kumaro dropping it in.
Again, before the defense is set, they're trying to get the fast break points, the transition points. So just taking care of the ball is going to be huge.
Steph Curry wrapped the thumb, and the 3 is down. I think Steph was seeking out who injured me. I will now score on you.
It's mind over matter with Steph. His mind is so strong, dealing with the pain.
Thibault is Australian. Duop Reith. He grew up in South Sudan and then moved to Australia. Steph put on the brakes and missed the mid-range. Up and down tempo. If you're not turning it over, the Warriors would be fine with that, right?
Absolutely. I mean, the Warriors are a better transition defensive team. I always say that, but the Blazers' opponent transition points, they're 24th.
Draymond defensively has been fantastic in this first half. Sissoko tried to send it down. The Netherlands sends France away.
You will get nothing and like it.
Buddy Hield missing there. All that game with no ties on.
That would be nice.
And say the Warriors need to win tonight for that to happen.
Especially since the Warriors haven't beaten the Clippers.
What a challenge that's going to be. What an impact that's going to be on postseason seeding. Minaya hiding behind Duop Breathe. Shot clock at 5. Minaya kicking it back out. Sissoko missing that 3. Breathe ricocheted off his own player.
Think about it. That's the problem with having injuries like that. You're just trying to not focus on it. Keep it away from all the traffic, but you still got to play your game.
I'd like to add to this lead and make it academic, but Portland's defense has been excellent. P2 a little short there. I mean, the Blazers are shooting 29%. The Warriors at 33%. We're talking about great defense both ways.
Against the ball screen defense. How do you manage? Toumani Camara, he actually vowed to get better with it. Guys always say they want to get better with their shooting, but they got an offensive rebound. You don't want that.
Bear setting up Sissoko. Couple Frenchmen. Camara. The Duop Reef. And Buddy Hield took it away. Looney fighting for it, but the Blazers still come up with it. And then Buddy with the foul. And Sissoko flipping it up and in.
All these drives.
Yeah, I'm hoping Toumani Camara makes first team all defense.
He should.
I just think he is excellent.
He should. Draymond, defensive player of the year, first team all defense, and Toumani Camara, first team.
I mean, you could have Jaren Jackson on that team. You can have Mobley. You can have Draymond. Lou Dort, he'll get some love too. He's been great. Kuminga mid-range, and J.K. getting physical. His first field goal tonight. He's got 5 points.
He kept that defender at bay using that ball screen.
Ida took it back, and Buddy Hield launching that 3. Perfect.
Point shooter either, so you collapse on him at the rim. Nothing easy there.
Camara finding Sissoko. Looney with the rebound.
2 for 15 on threes. That's what you want them doing. It's, defenders, they're looking for more shooters that can shoot it consistently.
Well, Denny Avdia,
he's great.
He's had a fantastic season. He's out with a thumb injury, but had he played more, he would have been most improved, but pretty close to it. Duop Reith defended well by Looney. Kuminga denied there by Minaya. And if you don't guard, you're not playing for Chauncey Billups. You can see it. 14 more wins for the Blazers this year than a year ago. Jake Hansen with Matisse Thybulle, Toumani Camara, Donovan Clingan, and then Chris Murray was fouled out too. The Murray twins.
I'm going at your whole family.
Shot clock at 7. Thybulle, they're looking for Clingan, and Draymond wouldn't let him get to the ball. Mono Banton, shot clock at 1. And floated over Moody, and then Butler with the rebound. Warrior defense, got a lot of good individual efforts by a lot of guys here. Steph, Podziemski, Moody, Butler, and Draymond start this second half. Draymond 3. And just has not been there from deep for the Dubs. 8 of 26. Saving it all for Sunday.
Basically.
Camara's left-handed, and he had to go to that
crack back and help the helper. They just couldn't wrangle it.
Lincoln's got good hands for a big. 7th pick in the draft. Zach Edey's also had a good year for Memphis. And Clingan right at the rim, putting it up and in, and he's got a dozen.
And Banton is super unselfish. He could have just powered up with that, but he just basically handed it to Clingan inside.
This game so critical for the Dubs. We're keeping an eye on Denver, Memphis as Moody hits the 3, and then also Sacramento Clippers, and be able to tell you more specificity what the odds are once you get those final scores.
Base there, just react to that screen really well.
Yeah, Denver beat Memphis tonight, and so the worst the Warriors can be is the 7 seed. They could still be 5 or 6. The worst they would be is the 7 seed if they can win tonight. Podziemski off iron there. Curry sneaks in for the rebound. Now Moody driving, Moody finishing. You have a 7-footer waiting on you.
Well, again, I always say, don't avoid the contact. Or you're just looking to jump into someone. You go up stronger. As Draymond, Moses Moody did a good job of getting fouled.
Clingan had made the one bank three, but Draymond playing the odds there on that contest. And Moody to Draymond, back to Mo, because that big man is still there. Jimmy Butler down the lane. Butler layup. And he threw it back. That's too unselfish.
He's going to hear from Buddy Hield about that one.
Draymond had to hit that three. Otherwise, unselfish.
Yeah, Buddy Hield in the locker room is going to be like, shoot the ball, Jimmy. Shoot the ball.
9 unanswered by the Dubs. Biggest lead of the night.
It worked out.
Tease Thibault with the three. Oh, and Thibault stealing that inbounds. You always have to know where he and Kamara are. And Jimmy Butler and Moody combining on a re-steal.
You got it back.
Steph running the floor to lay it up and in.
Test their transition defense. Told you their transition defensive team is Moses Moody. The ball was going to get back to him.
And Draymond deflected again. Draymond Green just put this highlight reel tonight for his Defensive Player of the Year candidacy. Butler wanted a foul there.
So he didn't pass that one up. Went strong that time. Big lead here. This is the biggest lead in the game for the Warriors. We're going to keep it. Fight human nature. Keep your foot on the gas pedal. No messing around with the game.
Banton missed there. The outlet to Curry, and that's the easiest bucket Steph had all year. Sunday, too, all the Eastern teams at 10 a.m. and then all the Western teams at 12:30. Moody with a beautiful steal. Steph with that trail three.
He hit his hand again on that contest. Toumani Camara took a little more time on that one.
Podziemski with a steal. The Warrior defense has been incredible. Moody 360, and Clingan recovered to defend that.
Just trying to watch Steph as he's wincing it all.
This is one where you've held Portland 5 points in the quarter. You keep accelerating on this defensive energy and add to the lead and get Steph out of the game.
One thing the Warriors have done so well is take care of the ball. Only 7 turnovers against a team that prides themselves on forcing turnovers.
Jimmy on the lob, and Draymond. That's a beautifully designed play.
Yeah, Jimmy Butler's defender hesitated at least enough. That's the play Draymond was looking to make at the end of that Spurs game. He usually makes that 99.9% of the time as Jimmy Butler steals one or gets a deflection.
He was fronting Clingan. You're not going to throw over him.
You're Kling Kong on Megatron. Ooh, he wanted it this season. And I asked him about that quick release because that's so admirable to me. Like, a lot of guys need to take their time and get the ball on the seams exactly how they like it. Those quick release guys, they don't care. They're like, test.
Thibault miss to the grand prize winning teacher school courtesy of our friends at Provident Credit Union.
We appreciate all the teachers.
Moody with the shot clock at 9. Tomorrow just denying Steph the ball. What a block by Chris Murray. Everybody in black playing some D, but the Warriors defense has been even better. Jabari Walker got a freebie, and Steve Kerr's going to
Still trying to make sure I'm feeling better.
We should say Kalena brought Kalena's famous cornbread on the plane for every person on the different pieces of cornbread.
We can't help it, man. I just had to do it. Last game on the road.
Yeah.
Do something special.
No, the guys went nuts. They loved it. That's good.
It's going to be a meet and greet there. The cornbread's going to be there. I'm going to be there at 12. Joe Montana's there at 11:30. I mean, I can't wait to meet Joe Montana. But Joe Montana and cornbread together. Come on now.
You and Joe Montana can discuss. You work with the Notre Dame guy.
Exactly. I'm going to tell you that. Saratoga
Plunkett is a tremendous person.
Yeah. He's going to.
The story with his parents and the Stanford product there and everything he endured early in his career before he took the Raiders to glory. I love both of those quarterbacks.
He's going to be there too. But Joe Montana hasn't done that in a long time as Steph Curry misses a 3. GP2.
So a 22-point lead. And Curry off the curl. Kuminga passed up the 3. There's 10 to shoot there. And JK has been struggling from beyond the line. Now he gets it, end of the clock, and that's the one that should have gone down because he did the right thing that trip down. Chris Murray on the step through, Walker running the floor. Walker getting his own rebound and drawing the foul.
Finish strong. Like if you're at the gym late nights, off days.
He'd been 14 of his last 20.
That's what I'm saying, and that's what he's saying.
Hey, work on this. No, I'm going to go to the gym late at night and work on my shooting. This is what did Podziemski do? What did Quentin Post do? This is how you become a good player.
Every minute on an NBA court for these guys is so important. Like on an off day, your practice is usually early day or in the morning. So if you're going at night, you got to go home and then come back. As Steph goes video game mode and almost knocks down to 3.
So Curry rattles that out. Steph with 14, Buddy Hield with 12, and Jimmy Butler with 10. Not been a big offense tonight. It's been great Warrior defense, and Buddy Hield with the D.
Wow. Didn't buy the pump fake, still blocked the shot.
Buddy out of the corner. And fighting for his own rebound, but Walker coming up with it. So Jabari Walker, 57th pick. You've got Quentin Post, 52nd pick. Trace Jackson Davis, 57th pick. These guys late in the second round. I'm thinking Draymond Green, 35th pick. Going to the Hall of Fame. And Walker, all that work. I mean, 14 to 20 is not insignificant. And he's 1 for 2 tonight from 3.
And you think, how many guys are in their late night shooting shots in the NBA? And it's like, well, these teams that have nothing to lose and are playing spoiler, they have guys that do it.
So Portland scored 8 straight. You better be careful here as Kuminga can't quite bank that home.
Okay.
17 points in the third quarter in an NBA game is nothing. And I mentioned the Minnesota-Milwaukee game. Get access to tickets if you don't.
Different things. They got so many contenders. I mean, OKC, yes, they're head and shoulders, but a lot of teams, the Clippers are a sleeper to me, man.
Well, that Clipper Warrior game Sunday at 12:30. We'll have it for you. And it's as big a regular season game as you've had the last couple of years.
Kawhi Leonard has been in kill mode.
Got him. Kuminga, nice pump. If you can win this one going away, Curry with that injured thumb that he's got a wrap on it will not have to come back in the game. And now Butler, when I want to score, I will score.
I believe him.
Elevate significantly in his regular season numbers.
When people tell you something, they have a crazy track record of doing just that. You kind of go, all right.
The last 5 years, nobody has more 40-point games than Jimmy Butler. Let that resonate for a little bit.
It's resonated.
Took that Heat team to the finals as Manaya. Good finish. So Quentin Post and Draymond, Jimmy Butler, along with Moody and Podziemski. I mean, the last 5 years, you're talking LeBron and Steph and Giannis and a lot of big names.
Back to Jimmy Butler. I say Jimmy.
Butler that time setting up Quentin Post for 3. Those are the ones in the playoffs. As Moody hit that, just Post hit that. GP2, Podziemski, that's going to be the Warriors' ceiling. Flipped up and in. That time Rupert able to finish because a million guys are going to be guarding Steph Curry. So if Butler can drive and beat his man, you're going to get those wide open looks. Can you knock them down? Butler on the post up and couldn't quite get the angle there.
You know they're going to react to Jimmy, so it's how everybody else reacts to Jimmy Butler's game.
He will be talking a lot on the bus afterwards.
Yeah.
You see my replay challenge?
Oh, no, yeah. He always lets us know. Make sure we recognize the greatness.
Draymond 3. And, oh, my brother.
Yeah.
I have the packages that did not open either.
By the way, Sarop Shop, May 3rd. They're launching the corner. So show up there, everybody.
The kick out in the corner and Repair.
I mean, he's got
second round pick that, I mean, there are so many players coming out of France in the last couple drafts.
He's got the slashing ability down for sure.
You saw the #1 pick, Ricochet, at 38 the other night.
Yes.
Of course, Mr. Wembanyama's got amazing, and
Jimmy Butler just showed him exactly what he wanted to see. It's crazy, right?
And one guy changes it tonight.
Massive impact. I'm telling you, he really
changed the mindset too.
Yeah, and he's really doing his best to keep Steph Curry on the bench right now. Got him.
Podziemski read that passing lane, picked it off from Murray. 9.5 remaining, and the Warrior lead at 17. You'd love to not have to bring Steph back in. Quentin Post catch and shoot 3. Warriors 3 ball. Hopefully they're saving them all for Sunday. They're 10 of 38. There's so many open ones against San Antonio. It's continued again tonight. Toumani Camara. Shot clock at 10. Rupert directing traffic. Rayan Rupert. Shot clock at 5. And flipping it up and in. I'll tell you what, he's calling his own number now. So Rupert's got 11 off the bench.
All these young guys trying to finish strong on these teams. No surprise.
15 minutes, 15 points with 8:45 left is a little unsettling, particularly after the other game against San Antonio. Oh, there's Quinton Post dropping
Everything happening right now. He's got the 7 assists.
And Post with double figures off the bench.
He's going to make the pass. It's just up to you to make it.
Oh, man. 19th pick a year ago, first team all-rookie. And Brandon Podziemski, after a slow start, great run he has had through 2 significant injuries this year, by the way.
He's got a lot of know-how.
Quinton Post didn't settle for the 3 there. And Butler attacking. Butler trying to go up and under, but he's going to Russell stuff.
Season, 1 game left, and you're 26 when it comes to your field goal percentage. It's just rely on your shooting. You have to be able to get to the free throw line, force turnovers, do other things like Jimmy Butler has brought.
Banton missing that 3. And Clingan and Moody fighting for it. The big man ripped it away. Chris Murray offline with that 3. And Mo's just like, give me that rebound. Now, the Warriors have gone through droughts from three-point land. And that's why the scoring is so critical. You have to win playoff games in different fashions. Butler loves that short corner 3. Jimmy's doing everything. He's got to come back in the game.
That's what it is. He's just diagnosing the game. This is what the game needs right now.
Toumani Camara picks up the dribble there. Close out Quinton Post. Camara couldn't pull on that 3.
Warriors in the zone.
Toumani Camara off front iron. Murray will.
Then you just find a body like
At 12:30, that is going to be, where does Minnesota? The Warriors and the Clippers. It could end up in a 3-team tiebreaker.
That's one of those weird early games both teams are going to be ready for because it's so important.
Butler with a fadeaway and shot it over everything there.
Sometimes with those you're worried about teams coming out sluggish. Not that day.
No, it's going to mean a lot to the Devs and a lot to the Clippers. Camara, nice finish there. Plus, the Warriors haven't beaten the Clippers this year. The LA teams, the Lakers had them 3-zip. The Warriors won at the end of that long 14-day road trip. And then the Clippers have the Warriors 3-zip too.
You need to get your revenge. You owe them.
Podziemski, a little mid-range, curled that one out. So Brandon, 2 of 9 shooting tonight.
He's get back to shooting the way he was. Last game he struggled from 3-point range.
Rupert head of the key 3. And Podziemski the rebound. Shooting hasn't been there for the Dubs, 38%, but they've done so many other good things. Draymond little baby hook and Clingan with the rebound. I said Clingan would get a double-double. He does. 12 points with 13 boards. Like the true big man is coming back. Now, Wembanyama is a generational talent. I mean, no one's ever seen anybody like him, right? Clingan missing that 3, but even, Quinton Post is a stretch 5, but this whole idea that, well, tall guys are out of the league. No, not anymore.
Doing a lot this season.
So Butler sitting, Draymond sitting. Podziemski, Buddy Hield with GP2, Looney, and Keith Santos. Energy is Looney. We will back it out. You're playing the clock as well as Portland right now. He's first playing time. Setting up Podziemski for 3. Good to see that go in.
That is exactly what you want going into next game against the Clippers. Have some momentum, see some guys knock down 3s.
Yeah, positive at 0 for 4.
You see
Thibault, GP2 after being called for the foul. For him to even catch the ball and not have it hit him in the face is an upset. Looney setting up GP2. The shot clock at 7. Buddy Hield spaces out to the corner. And Sissoko with the rebound. Thibault trail 3. Warriors just continue to come up with stops here.
And just make them shoot threes.
And Buddy reversing it up and in. Remember early in the year, he went crazy here in Portland in game 1 on the road. He had a 20-pointer in that game. He's got 14 tonight.
It's interesting you say earlier in the year. That's one thing that's been consistent with the Warriors is they force another 3-point miss, and Clingan misses inside point blank.
Piling up the rebound numbers and putting that one in.
That's all he was doing, padding his stats. How dare he? Well, the Warriors off the bench have been stellar all season, second in bench points. And can they do that in the playoffs? Can you find energy, not just points off the bench? Energy is
nice for Buddy Hield. He's got 16. We know Steve Kerr said pregame, look, we know the 4 guys that are likely finishing games, okay? That's Steph and Draymond, Jimmy Butler, and Podziemski. But the 5th guy could be any number of 6 different players.
Exactly.
And so you've got to be ready, and that's where the Warrior depth can pay off. Podziemski!
Phoenix, I'll tell you, the home court advantage, it's really impactful.
This is the Clippers, and that game likely will be if the Dubs win, they're the 6th seed, they play the Lakers. If the Dubs lose, they're likely the 7th seed, and they're in the 7-8 playoff game against Memphis with play-in game. Kevin Knox on a nice feed. Tuesday at Chase Center, by the way.
Yep.
But that Clipper Warrior game is going to mean everything. Rupert with the left hand.
Well, it's interesting. Norman Powell's had a great season, but he's kind of taken a little bit of a back seat with Kawhi Leonard playing as well as he's played, and James Harden is still doing his thing, facilitating and scoring.
They picked up Bogdan Bogdanovic and Ben Simmons.
And Zubac, too.
He might be most improved player of the year.
He's been amazing.
Ivica Zubac had a 24-20 game against San Antonio. Santos lost the handle there, and Walker tried to drop it back, but laid up and in by Minaya. Braxton Key with a little step through.
Tomorrow, like these defenders are.
Knox, Santa Cruz, Pat Spencer, Santa Cruz, Braxton Key, Santa Cruz, like Nicholas Kerr and that staff, and Seth Cooper with the development.
Are awarding a Braxton Key, an amazing defender, a guy that just focuses on.
You come up for the We Believe, and I'll just bring it all back to Portland. Playoff berth on the last day of the season in Portland.
That's true.
That may have been one of the most excited I've ever been at a game. Like that team making the playoffs. Warriors had 1 playoff appearance in 18 years. That We Believe team at Galena. The camaraderie and chemistry of that We Believe team is so special.
Nostalgia. Those are the days you got me reminiscent over here. This Blazers crowd has seen a lot of Warriors success as Jabari Walker knocks down another 3.
But the We Believe team is something. As Braxton Key with a little slip through, and he was right now in a 7-game series. Anything.
I think the play-in tournament has just been wonderful for the NBA, making teams play hard all the way down the stretch. You don't just get to sit out and chill during some of these games. Guys are having to play and ball out.
Nice steal by Trace Jackson Davis. Oh, then the throwaway. You don't want to do that in the back.
Well, you're seeing Chris Murray, once he did learn to dunk, he never looked back.
Chris Murray, 1 of 7 shooting. Keegan Murray right-handed, Chris Murray left-handed. And Kevin Knox has not been good to the Dubs. 0-3. Losing to Sacramento last year in that play-in, and
Grizzlies knocked him out the other year.
And then the Lakers had beaten him down there. So they would avoid the 7-8 if they could, and they can by winning on Sundays. Jabari Walker puts it up and in. Final scoring here, but the Warriors needed this 48th win. They got it. Memphis lost. The worst they can be is 7. And Sunday they will play for the 6th spot.
If you can win that game, thank goodness you did work against the Timberwolves and the Grizzlies this season. You have the tiebreaker against them.
Houston did not play any of their main guys today, and the Lakers are now the 3 seed. They probably will not play many guys against Denver, which means Denver would be the 4 seed with a win on it. And it wasn't like the Blazers didn't play hard.